Hey guys, it's Dick Stacey and Dexter from Greyhound Gaming, and this is a little skit for World of Esports.
This week's all about the showdown in the Big Apple. We're going to be talking about ESL ONE New York, and to get you primed for that, we'll be taking a look at some of the top players from 2018 before having a look at some of the title contenders of this year. More specifically, we'll be having a look at Astralis, who after their 4th major win at the most recent Berlin major are looking to return to their previous form. And also, there's a lot that goes into making a show like this. A couple of unsung heroes from Cologne will be telling us about it, and we'll round out the show with Know Your Bro. ESL ONE New York never ceases to put on an amazing show for the home crowd, and of course you guys at home. Don't take my word for it though, here's some top plays from 2018.
Yeah, a little bit different. Tactical, so much timing, perfect. One of the 2 guns, and he gets 3 kills with it. He's looking for the 4th. He'll take the bomb down as well. It's just Doja left. Go. Bomb. Half life gone. Simply gonna try and push back. Smoke he has to. Knowing that he's been isolated, how does he find Mir in that situation? And he's kept track of exactly where he is by way of the radar. He can certainly hear Mo trying to get closer, and somehow, okay.
Dude, that's so insane.
Admin.
Yeah, it's got to be cheating.
Ops does collect now. That'll slow the plant down. Oscar, oh, he's not going to get there in time to deny it, but he knows Alicia's in the corner. Fantastic control on the P2000 as Twist tries to do everything to defend the bomb. 2 kills for him. Knows that he can pull Oscar off it, but he's got to fight Stacks first. He's got that Twist. He's going to try! And he turns it back with 4 liquid steel, a pistol.
Underpass, and that will surely be the round. It's all then left to Oscar. He's on the site. Here they come. That's the first. He catches a glimpse of a second as well towards the site. Oscar needs to hit this. He does. Aggression on shot! 3 in quick succession. Breezy, the bomb's loose. We said he had to step up. We described him as a win condition for Mouse, and this round alone is starting to testify. Oh. Reads them like a book. Of course, near library, Breezy. He's exposed himself. Oh, and Oscar! It's a clutch, it's glorious. 4 frags for him. The Star Alpa lives up to that title.
NRG don't have the money they
they're
want.
not. Look at this.
Hello?
This is a quad boost.
Hello?
4 players on top of each
Where
other's
can
heads.
they see right now?
Cirque, once that train's gone, he will have eyes towards upper. Oh, and he gets him on the boost! Smiths is going to be absolutely rattled, baffled, perplexed and everything else.
Abs down, all on Cirque. He has the bomb and he has time, Lauren, but this is T-side nuke.
That one guy is on your side, Cirque.
They're channeling their energy towards him. He has to do something rather magical, and there is a player to his right. Might have a shot, does connect onto Oscar. That's a start.
That's for the guy in the crowd. Let's go, Cirque. Let's see what that Orb can do now. Left in a 1v2 situation. Bomb to be planted. 33 seconds, but the defense is on the way, and now he needs to stand tall and deliver. Oh, Cirque! It's phenomenal!
Beautiful work from the youngster. The Bulgarian bulldozer flattens Mouse.
And he'll rotate back through the vents. That gives Elise position. Wants to try and hold Catwalk from Connector. Wants to try and hold off the rotations. Oscar's gone. Chris isn't. Op still in the picture. Op still very much in the round. Oh, Chris! He's found 3. It's down to a 2-on-2. Chris, can he close this with an ace? Oh my God! Chris, the Wolf of Wall Street, gets an ace, and it's championship point Mouse Sports.
This time around, Mouse Sports, the previous year's winners, won't be in attendance, but the twists from Team Liquid, that doesn't matter, After being knocked out of the Berlin Major, he made a clear statement. New York is Team Liquid's to claim.
Oh, Chris! He's found three! It's down to a 2-on-2! Chris, can he close this with an ace? Oh my God! Chris, the Wolf of Wall Street gets an ace, and it's championship point Mouse Sports!
Last year, Chris J and Mouse Sports took the Big Apple by storm. But much has changed since last year, and without Mouse Sports, a new champion will soon lift the trophy at the Barclays Center. But which of the attending teams has the biggest chances? For some of you, this question is probably an easy one, but CSGO is a game where everything is possible. That's why you cannot underestimate ENCE. Over the course of the last few months, this Finnish roster has proven time and time again that you should not take them lightly.
A shot rings out, but Alu with the quad kill instead. That's a beautiful save and a big round here out of the captain for the Finnish side.
Under Alu's guidance, ENCE managed to climb all the way to the grand final at IEM Katowice, DreamHack Masters Dallas, and IEM Chicago. However, the recent roster change announced during the Berlin Major has made their performances shaky, and in the process really struck Alexi B, who has been replaced by Sunny. Therefore, ENCE has now a lot to prove, with staying in the top 10 being just 1 point on their list. But since we're in New York, we certainly have to say a few words about an NA team that for the past few weeks has been on the tongues of most pro scene observers. We are, of course, talking about NRG Esports. Perhaps it's their recent rebranding, or maybe it's because of the summer break, which hasn't been too good for other teams but has set NRG on fire. It seems that replacing Daps with Stanislaw as the team's in-game leader gave NRG that missing punch, and in time, helped them not only show their worth at the Cathedral of Counter-Strike, but more importantly make all the way from the qualifiers and the Americas Minor to the quarterfinals of the recently concluded Major.
Okay, great issue. The flashback doesn't quite work out. The frags are coming in from the P250, from the Deagle. Simple missing the shots, and another one. He hits those all day. They get 0 frags in that round. What the hell's going on there?
And who could forget about Astralis? A team that certainly doesn't have to be introduced. Astralis have been running the scene for over a year now, and during that time, won almost everything there was to win, including 2 majors in a row. Too bad that since the Danes seem to have gone into hiatus and in time were stripped off their crown. At least not until the Berlin Major came along, where the famous roster began to show signs of recovery and even denied Team Liquid a chance to lift their first major trophy, later taking it for themselves. However, being 4 times major champions does not mean they're number 1. Not yet, as Team Liquid still holds that title, a title they will have to defend in New York. The winners of the second Intel Grand Slam season took Astralis' absence as an opportunity to finally claim the mantle of the world's best team they've been fighting for so long. But after being knocked out from the Berlin tournament in the quarterfinals, the stakes are as high as ever. ESL ONE New York will probably be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, test for Liquid yet. Not only are they the biggest favorites, but Nitro and his crew are also playing in front of their home crowd, in a battle to prove that Berlin was just a minor setback.
Osaka will soon get its own esports-themed hotel called Esports Hotel E-Zone Cyberspace in English. The building would include 8 stories, 9 if you include the basements, packed with everything a modern esports fan might need. The hotel will not only feature spaces dedicated for playing games, but also sleeping cabins and even rooms equipped with their own gaming PCs. The whole project should be completed by next April and will be available for the first of its kind in Japan. History likes to repeat itself as Guardian returns to Na'Vi. The well-known Slovakian AWPer will fill the spot after Zeus, who has recently announced his retirement, and will once again help Na'Vi get back on their tracks. Guardian has previously represented the Ukrainian organization between 2013 and 2017, and during that time helped them achieve many successes, including reaching major finals at DreamHack Open Cluj-Napoca and MLG Columbus. However, that's not the only change in Na'Vi's CSGO team, as Kane will be replaced by Blade as their coach. Houston Outlaws parts ways with their coaches. As announced by the organization last Friday, their Overwatch team will soon get a new coaching staff, as Tyrong, their head coach, as well as Hyunwoo, his assistant, have both been released from their duties. The decision was made after a rather disappointing season for the Texas-based team, and even though both coaches have been working with Houston Outlaws for the last 2 years, it seems as though next year this Overwatch roster will be trained by someone else. New season, new goals. Ninjas in Pajamas Dota 2 roster gets a major overhaul, as 4 out of 5 players have been replaced last week. After a very disappointing run during the International, the organization parted ways with Ace, Thata, 33 and Saxa, leaving only PPD in their active lineup. He will now be aided by some young blood, with Oliver, Gunner, Biver and Universe joining the team. PPD and Universe have previously played together under Evil Genius's banner, so perhaps soon NIP will show us what they're capable of. We've seen some of the contenders already, but we'd be remiss if we didn't take a closer look at Astralis. Off the back of their 4th major win, they've come out of a slump and they're looking to carry momentum into New York.
Astralis, inevitable, indomitable, the undisputed kings of 2018, whose march reached its pinnacle at the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice 2019, where they became back-to-back major champions and solidified their place in history as the game's best team ever.
They join an elite club, back-to-back majors, 3 in the cabinet. They don't lose a single map on the Spodek stage. Untouchable, undisputed. Astralis, your kings of Counter-Strike.
However, since then, Astralis seem to have taken an interest in slides, as their performance level gradually decreased, ultimately leading to the Danish roster not only losing their top 1 spot, but also being thrown out of the top 3. At that time, many speculated what the problem was. Some commentators suggested it's because of their packed calendar, which in time forced Astralis to skip some bigger events. Others thought it was because of the team having to attend Blast Pro Series tournaments and the turbulence surrounding it. Whatever the cause, it was clear that something was not right, and the once unstoppable Northern Lights became somewhat dimmed, which could especially be seen during ESL ONE Cologne, where Astralis were knocked out in the semi-final by Team Vitality.
It is finally back. Device and Sip left, and that is going to be all she wrote. Device, there is nothing left here. They're all in front of him, and there it is!
It was at that time when almost everyone was certain that their era is definitely over, and perhaps some changes are in order. With Team Liquid, the Danes' arch-nemesis, winning the 2nd season of the Intel Grand Slam after conquering 4 events in a row, the upcoming Berlin Major was said to also be the NA team's playground, and that it's their time to shine.
Team Liquid, through raw skill and will, are your ESL ONE Cologne 2019 champions!
But life always finds a way to change even the most certain of things. That's why when the event at Berlin began, we could all see how some of the top teams struggled, and how Team Liquid almost didn't even secure a place in the top 8.
I have no issues here. Carrigan just holds it down, holds the line, and the cherry on top with the pistol.
In the end, however, both Liquid and Astralis made it to the quarterfinal, and once again had to face each other in a match that has already been named a Little Grand Final. It would be a defining point for both rosters, a game that could potentially set the professional scene for months to come. But almost in the same way as in 2018, Team Liquid had to accept their opponent's superiority and once again were denied their first major trophy.
There's Device, and there's Astralis, 16-13. They take down Team Liquid, and they're going to be in the semi-finals.
As for Astralis, the success in the quarterfinal put them on a highway to the grand final, and their 4th major championship, an unprecedented feat in the entire Counter-Strike history. And even though it's still too early for them to reclaim their glory, the Berlin tournament sent a clear signal that the boys from Denmark are back, and are not going anywhere anytime soon. And they're now more than ready for a true test during ESL ONE New York, where they will have a chance to once and for all end all claims to their throne deep in the enemy's territory.
People often make fun of me when I say that my mum is my biggest fan, but apparently I'm not the only one. And it was a bit strange of Astralis to admit that they don't actually need Zonic, because apparently the players can coach themselves. With biceps like these, it's no surprise he can get in there and start throwing the talent around, and then ultimately he hijacks their spot as well. You don't really mess with this guy.
Can we get security up here? Like, I don't know if I like your attitude right now. We got to get rid of you on this desk. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
it's good to have someone competent here. All right. Thank you so much, security. Yeah. Great. You can actually jump in. Yeah, jump in, because we need someone that knows what they're talking about,
I know, right?
and actually wants to give Virtus Pro the credit that they deserve.
Hello, gentlemen. Right man in right position, right?
Yeah.
And to conclude today's social media section, people often joke about there being paid fans. Well, you need to really reward this guy for his hard work over the weekend. Like many in my field, I am but a performing monkey. The real heart, soul and brains of the operation tends to be found behind the scenes. So we went to ESL ONE Cologne, spoke to some of the staff to find out how all of this works.
Sometimes in Counter-Strike you need to know what's happening, and this guy right here, Alexander Rush, aka Rushly, he knows a lot about the game. Can you tell me about what you do and how you do it?
Of course, Mads. I am an observer of CSGO. So basically, I'm the one who sits on the server and tries to figure out where all the action's going to come in, and I basically figure all that out, and I try to predict what's going on, and hopefully I bring the fans some frags and cool stuff.
We're starting the T side for Team Liquid and make their assault towards the B site here. It's going to be fast-paced. It's going to be quick with 4 players there in the CTs. They're ready to fight back.
So we're actually the ones looking through your eyes when we watch the games. Is that right?
Of course, yeah. In my mind, it's like whatever I think's cool to see, that's really what I'm trying to show, but I'm thinking about the fans, I'm thinking about the casters, what they want to see. They'll hype certain things up, like Zyu's got the orb this time, and I'll try to stay with that as much as I can and see how it turns out.
What's the most difficult thing about your job?
Honestly, probably when big team fights happen, that's when it gets the hardest part. Like when everything's slow, it's easy to show the story of where everything's going, but like when the team fights come in, that's where it's the hardest to try and find out who's going to kill who at certain times.
Planted, they've got to clear RPK, who finds Stewie. Want to start for Vitality as they get every single kill that makes this retake possible.
If you're looking to get into observing Counter-Strike professionally, how do you go about it?
I would say look for the smaller leagues going on locally. If you can try and get just do some free work just for like the first time, just to kind of like build a name, and then after that you can start charging and like try to like grow your horizons with it. Really, it's because it's hard to find those little leagues that you can start with and then eventually make it to the big leagues.
When you're working behind the scenes, of course, you have a lot of people doing different things. David Powell right here. Can you describe your job?
Yeah, so pretty much I work in editorial for ESL, and I take care of the broadcast editorial work. So essentially, I'm the one responsible for the memes on Reddit and the broadcast, the stats that come up on the screen, and also the stories about the teams and the players.
How do you get your inspiration for the memes, and where do you get the information for all these facts that you have to do?
Probably from just following Counter-Strike for like, I think 6 years now. So like I played myself when I was a bit younger, stopped. I've always like been on Reddit following the scene, the professional scene, and just like kind of keeping track of it. Outside of that, like it's really just keeping up on the social media side of things. So like keeping up to date with like the players, and that's pretty much how I like know what's going on. But when it comes to the event, like it's more just wit, like you can just have fun with it. If you know the landscape, you can just meme on it, or you can have like a joke or two. But for the most part, it's just like keeping up to date with stuff.
And then how did you get into the job? I know you're from Australia, and ESL is based in Cologne in Germany, and that's where we are at right here.
In 2017, Intel Extreme Masters came to Sydney, right? And that was like the big thing for Australia because we don't have much going on down there. And then one of the project managers hit me up and he was like, hey, do you want to come and put stats and stories on a screen from a spreadsheet? And I'm just like, hell yeah. And like at the time, I just lost my job, I had nothing doing, and they're just like, come help us out. And I'm like, sure. So I did. The first time I was just so overwhelmed, I had no idea what I was doing. I was like stressing out, sweating bullets and everything, and it was pretty stressful, but must have done like a half good job. So I came back and did the second one, and then I got invited to do Shanghai from JB Hewitt, which was awesome, and I was like so stoked. I was like, I can travel doing this. Like I just write memes and stories and stats, and I can go to China for this. I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it.
And now you've been all over the world. What's the best part of your job?
Definitely during the events when like a meme or a story or a fact or something gets on Reddit, because you know it gets traction and like the community enjoys it. That's probably the most rewarding part, because like if I write something and it gets on Reddit, I'm just like, damn, I gotta write another one, make it fun, let's like make the community laugh. But it's also kind of tough because you can't always keep everyone happy, and there's a lot of I guess you could say criticism sometimes, but I mean, you just deal with it, and like you're never 100% gonna hit the mark, right? So it's memes, for God's sakes. It's like you can't ever be perfect with them, so you just make it fun, right?
You guys know the drill. These teams go through thick and thin together, but how well do they really know each other? We're going to find out in Know Your Bro.
Who in our team sleeps most?
Jampe?
I don't think he sleeps the most. He sleeps often, but not the most, I think. I think it would be me.
Yeah, you're a Twist, I think.
Yeah, Twist. A Twist or me, I think. So let's go with Twist.
Twist, 100%.
Who is the most in our team? Twist.
Yeah.
Twist. The one who enjoys traveling the most in our team.
I think it's probably me.
It must be you, because you haven't been around that much.
Yeah, I don't like the travels, but the kind of areas or the tournaments when we find a ride is very nice.
The one who is the class clown in our team, must be me.
For sure.
I like to have fun, you know, so someone gotta do it. The most chill person in our team must be Exist.
Yeah.
He's always calm. Yeah, he's a calm dude. He knows what he's doing, so it's pretty chill. And most stressed.
Either me or Twist.
Yeah, I think Twist is a more emotional, but you get more hyped, or what do you call it?
I'm like stress calling sometimes.
The one who plays most CSGO on our team must be you.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I'm going mostly off the pracs and tournaments.
The best knife player in our team, JW.
Yeah.
I guess the longest sleeper in our team that can't wake up early in the morning is Issa.
The one who loves the most to eat is Tommy. Oscar, I think.
I would say, yeah.
Oscar.
Oscar is the most.
Oscar, yeah.
That's a hard one.
It's a hard one. I think it's me.
Oh yeah, I guess Lowell likes to travel the most out of all of us. Go to new places.
The biggest prankster, I think.
I would say Tomasz again, yeah? Yeah, he's the biggest prankster. He does mini jokes, but they're like sometimes really rude, but it's still funny, you know? Nah, I don't think we can give it an example. It's a bit too dark.
I think the most angry from our team is...
I guess it's me.
I think it's Nuki.
Also at the same time I'm the most chill sometimes.
Yeah,
like I'm the most...
Sometimes it's more chill. Like
I'm like the 50-50 balance.
Oscar.
Yeah, Tomasz. Tomasz is the best knife player. I would say everyone, literally. Everyone puts the same amount of time. Some put an hour more, some less, so I guess everyone.
Yep. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Trid. This has been World of Esports. Be sure to check out ESL ONE New York. Hit us up with the hashtag World of Esports with all your content ideas as well. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out all the other videos on this channel. GG, well played.